Well,
and we're sleeping.
And you go to bed, and this time you have no dreams you can remember whatsoever. Any of you have no dreams whatsoever.
Sweet.
Home Alabama.
So the brothel's a blocker, huh?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Right on.
All right. Well, you get to wake up in the morning.
Yep.
2 more air pollution warnings. Actually, here you could. Yeah, you wake up and you hear the kind of foghorn of the air temple horns that blow to keep when the silt is up to keep it away from the city. That's what wakes you up this morning, just a little before sunrise. And so I'm assuming you want to do your normal business.
Memorize spells, and then I need to go talk to him to tell him how the poison works.
Okay, and is there any chain? You going to memorize the same spells as yesterday?
Same way, yeah.
Okay.
Get a hit point or 2 back at this point.
Yes, and
Maybe
anyone.
for a day or 2.
Yeah, and anyone. You're right.
Should be up to full hit points. 50, which
Yeah,
is 15.
you should be this morning. So we'll give you that, and we'll give you'll be up to 26. So, all right.
Pretty strong.
So, you guys, you okay? You get to go talk to him. Do you want to just talk to him over while you're eating breakfast in the
No, in the privacy of his room.
Okay, so you're gonna go get up and immediately go over and knock on his door. Okay, we'll go do that.
I'm going to go downstairs and have a nice cup of coffee and perhaps a scone.
Okay, all right. It's very well cooked.
Sweet. I would not have a scone any other way.
Yeah. Because I don't want it poorly cooked.
Mm-mm.
Poorly cooked scone. Okay, so you go knock on his door. You hear somebody knocking on your door.
Open the door, see who it is.
Who is it?
What you need?
Just wanted to remind you, I know you were there with me yesterday, but how to use the poison to make sure that you don't poison yourself.
All right, good point.
So I'm going to give you a red dart, and I'm going to give you a green dart. Red is dead, so don't use it.
Okay.
Green is good. That's your dart.
What's funny is she doesn't have to give you 2 darts.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I can do that. That's easy enough. Green good, red bad.
Red dead.
Red dead.
That's the way you remember. They rhyme.
Red dead. All right.
She's like, green is mean, and red is poke him in the head.
All right. And just.
He's going to get there, and that's what he's going to think.
Not that dumb. His wisdom is an 8. I thought it was a 6. It was my charisma that was the 6. So. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just not married.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you guys need anything?
I'm good, sir. Did you say you were good?
We're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll take those and I'll figure out a way of implementing them. I kind of have an idea, being around other guys in the gym. How they act.
I love that.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
He goes, no, he's not bro, he's raw.
Raw. Yeah, that's it. It's moved on.
Yeah, bro's dead.
Raw.
Or Ross, or whatever his name was.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. So, you guys are going to leave out of the fire temple?
Yes.
Okay. You step out of the fire temple and everybody give me a wisdom check, but tell me if you made it or if you didn't make it, how close. If it was way off, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I made it.
Wisdom is an 18,
My
and I
wisdom's a
rolled a
7.
9.
My wisdom's a 17. I rolled an 11.
Missed it by 2.
Missed it by 2.
What is your wisdom?
Mine?
Yeah.
At 8.
Ah,
Okay.
my strength. Amount.
As you clear the doorway, you see instead of a couple of single-story buildings nearby, and then the King's Road not too long, and the shanty town in front of you, you see that there are tall, just massive structures all around you that are stone, and you can hear once again tinny thunder just all over the place. And you see a squad of young men riding on strange four-legged creatures that have short hair, except for like on their necks they've got long hair, and then they've got a long shaggy tail, and they're come trotting along the street in front of you, and they're all wearing blue uniforms that have like gold filigree with leaves and stuff at the collar and at the wrists, and they're what is it? Is it single-breasted where the buttons are over here and kind of do like that?
Okay.
I think I don't remember if that's what it's called, but because double-breasted's where it's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of comes over and buttoned up here and goes down, and then they're wearing pants that match, and they have strange-looking clubs that actually have metal bits on them, like a long metal rod that runs 2/3 of the length, and then there's like a wide end that, I can't remember what it's called, that some of the Native American tribes used to use, where it had like the little pointy part out here and then kind of a
I know what you're referring
kind of
to.
thing.
Yeah.
The end is kind of like that. One end of it's kind of like that, and they've got that kind of slung across their backs with a strap as they go trotting by, and don't seem to really pay you any mind. And as your gaze follows them, they go around a corner, and you don't really, without willing yourself to do so, it's like you're following them, but as you go around the corner, you're not in that part of the city anymore, and there is a tall building that has many, many spires going up that are roughly round. I mean, they're angled, but there's a lot of angles, and they go up very high, and the front of the building looks kind of like, the old Hall of Justice from the Super Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of has that, where it's got
Yeah.
kind of with an arch thing. Only it's it's not so round as much as it kind of comes up to a little more of a point like that, and it's not It's more stone. It's not concrete and steel. It's stone. And you see a man in a dark cloak with a menacing. He's very white pallor and menacing looking gaze. He casts his gaze upon you and looks over his shoulder and sees somebody who seems to be looking at him and trying to avoid his gaze, go around the corner of that building and leave, and he follows them. And let's see what else. And as he goes away and you go to step a little closer, you're right in front of you, a pair of those things that the squad of the guys were riding, or come trotting right in front of you, and they're pulling a wagon. And the wagon has glass sides and has what you would think of as an old-fashioned coffin in it. What we would think of as an old-fashioned coffin in it, where it's wider at the shoulders and narrow at the base. But it has glass sides, and there's like calla lilies heaped up around the coffin. And you see that the person who is driving it has a... Hi, this is Moneymaker, your dastardly DM. I just wanted to take a moment to check in and make sure you are enjoying the show so far. If so, please let us know by clicking the like button and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and leave us a comment below letting us know your favorite parts. As I'm sure you've already noticed, we had some technical issues, a few problems with the green screens, but mainly mic issues. We think we have it figured out now. Hopefully by the second half of Season 1's recording time, we should have the new mics to clear that up. If you'd like to support our endeavor and allow us to give you a higher quality product, the easiest way to do that is to go to my Subscribestar page and subscribe. You can find the link in the video description below. There's all manner of gaming stuff there outside of the show, but you can also find things such as NPCs and monster art that I've used, and character sheets for all those NPCs, and for the player characters that you love so much from the game. Alright, I think it's time to get back to the show. Hope you have a great day. What's the easiest way to describe it? You've seen Sin City, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know the yellow guy from Sin City?
Yeah, I think so.
The one that was Bruce Willis's character was basically against in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that guy. It looks like him. Kind of looks a lot like him, actually. He's very, very yellow pallor, and has and his skin is almost like it's got wrinkles. Is not exactly the right word. More like he's got like rolls of, not so fat, but it's just like it rolls under here and it rolls under here and it rolls under here. And the same thing on his hands.
Okay.
But he's the one driving it, and it goes on by, and you got to kind of take a step back not to be run over it, and it kind of halfway spins you around, taking a step back, and then you're looking at them in the streets of Balic, and he's just kind of been zoned out for a second.
Welcome back.
I just had another vision,
Oh, okay.
like her dreams. But this time there was these men on these beasts that rode right through here, and this place looked different. And then there was a man in dark robes and a pale face, and he could actually see me unlike the others. And then there was like some sort of, maybe a funeral or something. I don't know, it was weird to put it all together. But there was a building around the corner that had these weird arches, and I don't know how to put it all together. But
strange.
the thing that what keeps the man staring at me makes me wonder if it's related to the other things he got a little glimpse of. And anybody that's had any dreams?
Nope.
If anybody's had any crazy dreams?
Who you calling crazy?
Well, anybody who isn't having them right now, because they're real.
He just made it on my must-kill list. He called me crazy.
It's a different character. That's funny.
All right. Well, so what do you guys want to do now that he is back in the land of the living there?
Okay, for one question, so what I saw, as in like the buildings that weren't there, but I can see them, is this road still make that same path?
No.
Okay.
It seems like you were in a completely different place, and if you had to compare it to something you would know as yourself and not as your character, think of like a stylized late 19th century, like 1890, or maybe early pre-World War I, 20th century, like New York almost, only less windows.
Okay.
And grayer.
Interesting.
And maybe if you took everything and stretched it taller.
Gotcha. Okay.
So are we headed to the
Yes.
games?
Yeah, I gotta go there. But yeah, some
go
sort
to
of
the
other clue.
Let's go drug this dude.
And you got the green and the red.
Yeah.
Red
and
is
you were-
dead.
Green's dead, red's good.
No.
I got you now. I remember.
He's like red and yellow, red on black.
Friend of Jack.
Or is it your dead Jack? Red,
Who's
yellow,
Jack?
Safe fellow. Alright.
Okay. And we're going.
Okay, well, you guys walk the short distance to the Criterion. You don't have to go through the Ludus. There's a side door also, but you have to be. You got to kind of be let in any way you go. So.
Okay.
But do you want to just go through the Ludus?
I guess so. Probably the easiest.
All right. Well, you go.
Is he staying in the Ludus, or does he stay in the arena?
Well, he's. Do you want to ask when you get there where he's at?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking for Grontail.
Something like that, yeah. Or Grontus or something. Yeah, Grontus. So, you go into the Ludus, and there's the guards at the one end of the tunnel and a Templar there. The Templar says, he looks at his tablet and he's like, You're Gregoris, right? He goes, I don't have you on for today.
Well, my master sent me by here. He wanted me to check out some of the guys and meet with a couple of them. I don't know what his intentions are exactly, but he thinks that I can learn while watching them
Okay.
today, and I thought I'd just go to one of the best and try to glean some knowledge from him.
He's like, okay, that is a unique request.
Yeah. I wouldn't come here if I wasn't under fear from, Master Magistelios or whatever his that name is.
He says, and that one I didn't make up. That's actually from the. Let's see, I think that's from the Obsidian Oracle
Okay.
from the fourth book in the Prison Pentad. He says, can you come up with just a little bit of something on that? He's not saying this, but can you come up with something just a little bit tighter than that, so I can give you a charisma roll at least, without just turning you down?
You're supposed to fill in for somebody,
Yeah.
but then you'd have
There
to
you
know
go.
who it was. Then you'd have to know who it was.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
You left your loincloth in there yesterday.
Your jockstrap.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to also pick up some leftover equipment that was here yesterday. We left it in the cell when we were talking with the guards on the other side. There was something with the rat dudes, and I left some of my gear here too. I was going to grab it while I was here.
He goes, rat dudes. He goes, yeah, that was weird. That thing that was laying out there. He goes, I'd heard people talk about them before. He says, but
Yeah, well, when I was coming out, that got them distracted. It had me distracted, and I left some of my stuff, and I need to grab that while I'm here anyway.
he's like, I can see that. I guess. He goes, like I said, who'd have thought that they had Terry? I guess that's how you say it, Tari. Is that how you'd say that, Terry? Tari. He goes, who would have thought that we had Tari below the criterion? He says, yeah. Okay, yeah, go give me a charisma check to see if he buys it, because that's a better story than I'm supposed to go learn from the elders.
Well, I hit it right on the
Okay. 6. Oh, I thought you had an 8.
Not for charisma.
Oh, not for
Yeah,
that's
I
wisdom.
had it backwards with wisdom, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. He goes, the things I do for a 20 strength. Huh?
Yeah.
He says, all right. He goes, I expect to see you back in, he goes, a third of an hour.
Sure.
He goes, don't be up there harassing any of the learning from the best. He goes, that's bullshit. He goes, but get your equipment and get back up here.
I just didn't feel like I left something behind. Anyway, I scampered past him.
All right. You go past him, and you go down there, and there's that grate.
Yeah, we're going on by the grate.
Okay. And considering what your wisdom is, I'll just go ahead and say you hear something. You can hear something. You can hear whispering coming up from the grate about strange is the night, strange are the moons, strange black stars. You know, I don't know if any of that will pick up on there, but he's like, that's okay. I couldn't hear it either. But as you go by, you do hear whispering coming up from it. All right. So you get up to the far end, and they've got the portcullis closed, but they see you come up, and they're like, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here today."
I'm here to pick up some stuff. The guards let me in. I had some equipment here. From all that fiasco the other day, I left it behind.
He's like, yeah, you did kind of have to carry your buddy off the your partner, I should say, off of the pitch there, didn't you? At one point.
Yeah, he can't stay on his feet. Took a blow to the head.
Okay, he's like, all right, and he points over, and one of the slaves starts cranking cranking the wheel that opens the portcullis. And then once it gets up high enough for you to get under, they stop. And then he lowers it back down again when you get through. Okay. So you now have, it's like a 30-foot wide tunnel that you're in here, so that they can bring out very large, and it's arching 30 feet wide. And there are rooms to the right, there's a hall to the right and a hall to the left. And once again, this is one of those things where most of the stuff is to the left, but there is one of the waiting areas is to the right as well.
Keep watching after the credits to find out how to win this chainmail dice bag. Dice not included. Oh, and if you're enjoying this episode, let us know by hitting the like button. Now back to the show.
I'll start going down the left then.
Okay, you going down the left, and one of the first rooms that you come to that is once again on the left hand side of that left hallway is one of the waiting areas that has enough room for 7 or 8 gladiators to not only, you could probably pack like 3 times that many in here, but that's enough for everybody to kind of, somebody to be sitting, somebody to be stretching, somebody to be throwing some punches. Did you like that? That's a real good punch. But the
Can't remember if I was told what this guy looks like.
he's a human, you know that.
Yeah.
He's supposed
Give me
to
a
be that popular, wouldn't you know?
yeah. Give me an intelligence check to see if you remember about him, who he is, because there is a good chance that you know, because you're going to get a plus for this too. There's a good chance you'll know who he is.
Alright. I missed it by 1.
All right. You remember he's human, and that he's got close cropped dark hair, but you don't think you see him in here.
Okay. I'll move on to the next holding room.
All right. Well, you go on down and find another one. This one's got like 4 guys in it. Do you want to go ahead and give me an intelligence check to see if you recognize if he's in here?
7. I made it by 2.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're like, oh yeah, that's him right there. He's this guy he's muscular build, but he's not like you are, you know. He's not like bodybuilder build. He's just like a really good in shape athlete kind of build. Say 6'1", 220. So he's built like a heavyweight MMA fighter or heavyweight boxer. He is, like I said, he has dark, close cropped hair and kind of medium brown skin. So he's not like a Eddie Murphy black, but he's like, I'm trying to think of a good example. He's browner than that, you know. But I can't think of a good example of a celebrity that's about his color.
Okay.
Let's see. And he's talking to one of the other gladiators and is leaning on his he's leaning on a weapon that you can't remember what the name of it is, but it's kind of like if somebody took an axe and instead of axe blades it had spikes that were longer at the top, like 3 spikes where it was long, medium, and short.
Okay.
And the spikes are like this big around, and the long ones are like that, and the medium ones like that, and the short ones like that. And the head kind of gets wider as it gets up there, so the whole thing's about this long. He's leaning on that while he's chatting with another gladiator. And when you open the door, everybody kind of turns and looks, and he goes back to chatting with the other guy.
Alright. I guess. Let's see. I'll just walk in. I guess I'll sit down near them, just kind of
All right.
listening to their conversation, maybe a little bit.
All right. He's talking about. He seems to be talking about the match that's coming up and how he's kind of looking past it. You know, it's like, I gotta get through this. I don't know who this kid is that they've got me up against, but I gotta put him in the dirt, and then maybe 2 or 3 more fights, and maybe in another 3 weeks I'll be matched up against somebody who will actually move me up in the standings. He goes, and the other guy's like, he's like, really? They're not gonna match you up sooner than that? And he's like, no, they like doing these bigger matches like on feast days and stuff like that. He goes, so I gotta keep my face in front of the crowd and keep impressing the crowd, but he goes, I'm not going to do anything that's really going to help me in my standings in the city towards getting a championship match soon until for another 2 or 3 weeks. He goes, at this rate, it's going to be a year and a half where I can challenge for the title. The other guy's like, he goes, it's the kind of problem I'd like to have.
I'm going to interject at this point and just be like, well, how many matches do you have behind you to get you that much closer that you're that far away now from a title fight?
He kind of looks over at you. He's like, it's like, oh yeah, you're that guy from the other day. He goes, that's a good match. Way not to fold when your partner crapped out on you there.
Yeah.
He says, excuse me. He goes, I've been at this game for 3.5 years now. He goes, mighty Androponus knows if it weren't for the healers, I'd be, I at very least would be crippled beyond belief, if not dead already, many times over. He goes, but as I'd say, I've got more than half 100 matches under my belt.
Jeez. Okay. I got a long way to go.
He's like, yes, you do. He says, but if you can ever make it to the top, he goes, there's nothing like it. He goes, the people love you. He goes, you experienced a small bit of that the other day. The crowd, he goes, there's nothing better than that, is there? He goes, you got half the city chanting your name. All of them wanting to pat you on the back or suck your dick, one of the two. He goes,
I've already had one lady. Yeah.
You guys see? There's perks in being famous.
Yeah. Well, I've got an edge. I'm just trying to get an edge, and I'm trying to find tips and ways to do better. Kind of like what helped me in my last match.
He goes, oh, what'd you get? Some special training? You've been up at Jargo, up at Jargo, hadn't you?
I have, and they've given me a few extra tips and some things I could share more with you about it if you'd like, but I don't know about your company here.
The other guy looks at you like, who the fuck are you?
Well, you are Grontail, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And, everybody's heard of you. I just didn't know your friends.
Oh, he goes, this is, no, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say Helios. He goes, this is Helios. Helios. He's got friends from far away, but
It makes me sad.
Helios. Yeah. He says he's been in it what? And the guy says he goes at least a year now. He goes he says my first match was not last High Sun but the one before. And he's like, yeah, I remember that. You about got your guts ripped out. He's like, yeah, but my master thought he had too much invested in me not to let me die there on the arena floor. So.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'm wondering if do you guys use any kind of supplements or training or any kind to help you prep for a fight or go into a fight?
He goes, well, we're training all the time, of course. He goes, once you get to a certain echelon, usually your master will spring for better food for you. You'll be eating a lot more meat, of course.
Have you taken any, this may sound weird, but has your master like mine relied on any other outside like medicinal sources? Like I've been taking these injections. I know this sounds crazy, but it seems to help in moments of danger, strife, however you want to put it. Like in my match the other day, my friend was down. I had two of those massive beetle centipede things, and it's just like I got this rush from it, and I was able to take them both down relatively quickly, and that's not been my normal. And I take these only just before a fight.
It's like, He says, I think that guy over there, he's new. He was saying something about getting, I think he gets injections too, but he goes someplace weird for them. I think he said something about getting and he goes, what did you call it? And the guy's like, an HBJ. He says, or an HBI, excuse me, an HBI. He's like, oh yeah, whatever. He says he went and got one at the Silver Eye.
Gotcha. Mine, I'm not sure where my master, he gets his stuff, but he's one of the higher lords here, and money moves to his hands, so he can get whatever. But I was gonna say is, I know you're about to have a fight here in just a little while. I can give you one of mine. I'm going to be taking one here shortly.
Okay.
And
he's like, well, okay. He goes, maybe we can do that together. You can show me how if you've got two of them.
Sure. Just come over here into my corner. But sure.
You're like, can we go over there what the others cannot see?
I was trying to think of that the other day, and I could not remember the line on what they were saying.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm shy.
I am shy.
Yeah.
Oh, Crom. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's such a good fucking movie.
It is.
You give it to him, and he'll be like, is that enough? And you'll be like, that's all you ever need. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'll be like, let's come out here and I'll show you, away from these guys.
All right, so you're going to go out in the hall with him? He's like,
I mean, it's out in the hall, nobody's around really. Other than
you want to look?
Yeah, I'll take a peek and see what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, this seems like a good place to stop and tell you about the Slow Children at Play live show. Every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll live stream to all you fans. By the way, for anyone outside the U.S. who isn't sure what 7 p.m. Eastern Time equates to in your local time zone, we are in the same time zone as New York City, Washington, D.C., and Miami, Florida. In the live show, the Slow Children at Play will discuss the latest episode, answer questions from the comment section, and interact with the live chat. We will also announce the winners of contests, as well as any campaign-related news. On the subject of contests, be sure to pay attention so you'll be able to answer the question after the closing credits. I guess that about covers the live show. I look forward to hearing from you there. Now back to the action.
All right. Let's give it a chance other. Let's see what I'm going to say.
Or have the other two guys stand watch.
All right. Yeah, you look out in the hall and there doesn't seem to be anybody right now. Because the end of the hall there is a door that they shut behind you. I didn't mention that, but because everything's very compartmentalized here. So because gladiators are so dangerous and so are the beasts that fight them, they want to be able to have as many doors between them and freedom as possible.
Sure. That
they can either close and lock or use as a choke point to defend,
Okay. Well, I guess once we get, where it's just he and I, I'll just find a vein, I guess, in my arm and be like, this is how I do it, and I just pull out the green one for myself. And I'm like, this is all I do, and I guess, it's got like a POTUS or something on it, whatever, that mixes in with your blood, and I'm sitting there talking to him as I inject the green one.
You inject the green one, okay.
Right, and the red was bad, green was good, right? Red dead. Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Okay.
Green had nothing on it, is what she was telling me. So.
Hey, I got
That's what she told me anyway.
Gary had an urgent situation come up, and he had to leave.
You're going to give him the red one, okay. And did I misunderstand you, or did I understand you correctly?
No, red is dead, green
Now,
is good.
Okay, but okay. All right, so he's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was thinking that you gave him one of your regular ones that had of course, I guess you don't keep those, do you? Because they go inert after a day.
Right.
Okay. At first, I thought you gave him one that had the type E on it and one that had the type O, which is what you just got.
Oh. No.
Yeah. Okay. And I thought he was going to be like, he's going to be walking out here in a minute, and the other guy's going to be laying dead there.
No, I was assuming it was a blank, and I was sticking myself with a blank.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead and give me a charisma check on this, too. See if you can convince him into it. A lot of charisma checks today.
2.
All right. So he's like, it's that easy, huh?
Yeah.
He goes, am I going to be able to feel it immediately? You said that you basically, it's like an adrenaline rush.
It's like an adrenaline rush.
When you get in danger. Huh?
Yeah. When you get that way, it's like, I guess your heart rate picks up, because I felt my heart as I was not in fear, just anxious to survive, and it boosted me. It's just like I felt like even my muscles felt like they were swelling.
Okay. He's like, well, here, give it here. Let me try that. All right, and he stabs it in one of his arms. He's like, it's like it feels weird.
Yeah.
Kind of numbs it there.
It does. Give it about 30, 45 an hour. You'll be good to go.
Yeah. All right.
Best of luck, my friend, because I've been following your career. I didn't realize you had that many fights.
All right.
Stick my hand out or forearm shake, whatever.
Okay. All right. He takes it and he says, he goes, what did you call this stuff?
My master didn't have a name for it, but it cranks me up, so crank.
Crank.
Yeah.
He goes, well, if this works out good, maybe you can get me some more crank.
There you go.
All right. So what do you want to do now? He's like, I'm going to get back in here. We were in the middle of having a scintillating conversation.
Go back to that. I got to pick up my stuff here anyway.
Okay.
That's it. I'll walk away.
Okay.
And go find some stuff laying around and pretend that I left it behind and walk my ass out of here.
Okay.
If I can.
All right. Let's see. What could you find that's going to be laying around?
Grab somebody else's stuff and walk out.
That's what I'm saying. What stuff would they leave in there, though? I guess maybe you find something like a poncho or something, kind of to keep the sun off of them, kind of thing, like a burlap poncho or something.
That's fine. Or like a poncho, maybe a rucksack. If there's one here, I don't know.
Yeah, burlap poncho would be something that you can see easily that is big enough that it could believably fit you.
Okay.
All right. So you all right, so you're you go up, get out, get them to open the one door out of that hallway and make your way to the portcullis and get them to let you out and make your way on out through all the little gates. All right. So what do you want to do next?
Well, I guess I'll meet back up with her and him, and I guess wait it out to find out about this match. See if we're successful, I guess. And you want to go watch it? His fight to confirm?
Well, we do need to know. So, yeah, I'll go.
Okay, do you want to pay like the 3 bits it takes to get in, third of a...
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to work I don't know if I should stay, just in case.
You go back to the fire temple.
That's what I was thinking. I'll work my way back.
Okay.
And go back to my room.
You go back to the fire temple?
Yep.
All right.
Henner or Henny or whatever his name
Henner, yeah.
Henner.
Yeah.
Waiting for my friends.
Okay. And you're going to go watch?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. You see, in the time that you're there, you see a couple of low-level matched pairs go at it, where out of the 4, only one single person survives because so one of the entire match pairs is killed and the other one is killed and the other one, and there's a single survivor. You see a guy fight 3 Timbu and is torn apart by them after killing one of them. And you see you get a match where it is announced, the name that you're listening for is announced, and this guy is kind of a medium dark black guy with hair a little longer than mine, close cropped, and like I said, he's built like a professional boxer. So and I guess now that I think about it, Mike Tyson, about the color of Mike Tyson, he's not really dark, but not coffee and cream either. So and he's built about like Mike Tyson, might as well say, because in his heyday, just a little taller. But he comes out, and when they announce his name, let me check something. All right, when they announce his name, he comes out, and he's walking kind of slow, and he puts up his weird, like I said, that weapon that's kind of like that. He holds it up, and he's kind of seems to be having trouble just staying straight, and then puts it down, and then they announce his opponent, who is also who is an elf actually, who is tall and like of course is an elf, tall and thin, and is very dark, deeply tanned, with kind of medium brown hair. He comes in with he's got like 3 javelins and a dagger, and they announce him, and he holds up his dagger like this. I'm gonna do it a little lower from the camera, and then they have him go at it, and the one that you dealt with, he seems to be kind of waiting for him to come to him, and he's kind of doing this a lot. And the elf, he kind of does a few steps here, and he's doing that. Seems to be very popular, that kind of serpentine run, and he pulls a javelin off his back as he does, and right as he's gonna cut back to the left, he throws it hard, and it skips off the ground, just missing the other guy's knee by just a little bit, and the other guy's like looks down after it hits, and then the elf, getting a little closer, pulls out another javelin and is about to throw it, and the one guy, he decides he's going to back up a little, and he backpedals a couple of steps clumsily, and his heel catches on one of the on the edges of one of the octagons there that the floor is made out of, and he trips, and the elf lets fly, and it hits him in the thigh and buries into his thigh, and he's like, ah! He lets out a loud yell, and then the elf speeds up and pulls out his last javelin and throws it, and the other guy with the weird weapon, he picks it up and tries to bat it out of the air, but he swings too soon, and it catches him and goes right through his tricep like that, and he screams out again, and he's got blood dripping from his tricep, blood dripping from just oozing from the wound in his thigh, and he tries to use the thing like a crutch and get himself up, and is trying to pry that out of his arm as the elf leaps on him and like stabs him in the base of his spine right there, and he stumbles forward, and then the elf comes around behind him and stabs him in the kidney several times, just shanking him, and he falls to his knees and falls face forward dead, and the elf holds up the bloody dagger above his head, and the crowd roars his name. So now you know, and knowing in this case was the whole battle.
Okay, let's take a time out for just a second so I can ask you for a little bit of help. Don't worry, this one won't cost you a dime. All I need is for you to comment the name of your favorite character and let us know why. Please just keep it positive. I'm sure all our players would love to hear what you have to say. Thanks again. Now let's get back to the show.
All right.
Cool.
So I sit through another couple of matches, and then I head back to the fire temple, and we all follow the yellow brick road up to the Templar to get our paperwork.
Alright, well, you get the next match is like 3 convicted criminals given a bone dagger versus a gladiator who's well armed and armored, and he slaughters them all. And then there is a little higher level, and it takes them several minutes because there's a lot of blocking and feinting and parrying and all that, but eventually the one comes out over the other, but his life is spared because he's got enough potential and enough experience that they're like, okay, yeah, we'll let him get healed up instead of killing him off, so that because they understand the power of a good grudge match. So, and then you decide, okay, this is a good time to leave because there's really only like 2 matches left. And so you leave and go back to the fire temple, right? Okay. So after a while, you arrive at the fire temple after just a few minutes walk.
And then we go to the Templar's office.
Okay. Oh, you're going to collect him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll come down and.
Okay, you got him. Go down and you you walk up to the gate of the Templar quarter, and the same Templar that was there the other day. He's like, when you first walk up, before you get close enough that he really recognizes you, he's like, "What's your business here?" And then when you guys come in a little closer, he's like, "Oh, you were the ones that came to see, who was it? It starts with an H, and I've written it down, and I've lost it. It's not there. But yeah, you came to see the tax bureau chief there. All right. He says, so is that your business still?
It is.
All right. Well, he calls the same guy over who escorts you on down there, and lets the tax bureau chief know that you're there to see them. They call you in, and he says, before the guy's leaving, he's like, he says, or as the guy's walking out the door, he's like, "You two again? I already told you, don't come back without silver." And the guy looks over his shoulder and he's like, "It's okay, I got this." So he closes the door behind him. He's like, and he waits a few seconds for him to walk away from the door. And he gets up and listens at the door, doesn't hear anything, and comes back, and he's like, "Okay." He goes, "It seems like you all held up your end of the bargain." Which reminds me, I need to write myself a little note here. He says, "I guess you'll be wanting this," and he holds up a... Helios is his name. I know it was on that page, I just overlooked it. He says, "I guess you'll be wanting this then." And he has a piece of papyrus that is that has a ribbon around it that has the seal similar to his holy symbol put on it in wax. He goes, "This means that Captain Critias is now free and clear of all of his debts to the city as it pertains to his skimmer, the Strider." He says, maybe we can do business again sometime if you're needing help from my office. Do not hesitate to ask. He goes, "I'm sure we can find something that will be mutually beneficial like this." where we can help each other out.
It's been a pleasure.
He says, very good.
And I take the papers.
All right, he hands you the scroll and then gets up and opens the door for you and sees you out. All right.
So we've got until morning. We're not supposed to meet him until morning. So.
You sleep long and hard and have no awareness of the passage of time while you're asleep, but you wake up feeling refreshed. And,
but I've never done that.
Yeah. And it is now the time to go find Captain Critias. Yes, Captain Critias, and tell him the good news.
So we go to the Serpent's Foot.
All right. You go to the Serpent's Foot, and they're still serving breakfast, and Captain Critias is there eating a modest breakfast. It looks like because of the loss of his primary income and the confiscation of some of his goods, he is having to make some money stretch. But he sees you guys come in the door, and he's like, "Hey, come on over. We got a couple of seats here for you."
Go have a seat.
All right. So he's like, "So did you get it fixed?"
Free and clear.
Free and clear. Very good. He's like, "All right then. I guess I am a man of my word. So I will take you on down to I'll take you on down to Siren Song." Yes. He says, "Let's go on down to the docks and get rid of those fools that are guarding my skimmer, and we'll be ready to move out. Say tomorrow." He goes, "I've got some supplies that I'll have to get ready, pack up and all that."
We can do that. Just know that I'm holding the title to your boat until we are safely on for our passage.
He says, "Oh yes." He goes, "Yeah. Once we're out and once you're on board, we'll make the exchange." Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. All right. So he leads you guys on down to the dock, and as you start to approach, one of the Templars is like starts to tease Critias a little bit, tries to get her eyes out of him. He's like, you come to kiss her goodbye?" He goes, "From what I hear, they're going to auction her off next week."
And I pull up the papers and said, "New owner right here."
"Oh," he says. He looks to the other one. He looks to Critias, and he's like, "Oh, what happened there?" He goes, "Looks like you were too late, huh?"
Lucky for me, I needed a captain. Well, lucky for him, I needed a captain.
Okay, so he's gonna find you one? Alright, so he's like, "Okay, let me see that." And he opens it up. And he looks at the seal. Okay. He goes, "Well, it looks like everything's in order here." He says, he's like, "Okay, boys, let's get out of the..." He goes, "We can get back on the other side of the wall and stop having to breathe all this dust." and him, the other Templar, and the four half giants. He has the four half giants remove the heavy ropes that had it tied to the docks, and they all pack up their stuff and go on off the dock, and you see them go through the wall outside of the port and disappear into the city from there. So he says, all right. He says, I've got a little bit of money stored away. He goes, because I knew if I ever got this fixed, that I'd have to have some, where they confiscated a lot of stuff, I'd have to buy some supplies. He goes, so I got to go buy some supplies. He goes, but if you want, we'll go ahead and meet back here in the morning and be on to Siren Song. He's like, I can't believe I'm saying that. So.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
like a plan.
All right. So he then goes up on the deck and kind of hops on it. It's like, woohoo! You know, he's feeling great. So I guess you guys are gonna going back to the
fire temple.
Going back to the fire temple. Okay. Now we're probably in a good place to leave off until there.
And with that, the first season of Shadows of Balic comes to a close. We, the Slow Children at Play, hope you've enjoyed Season 1 and look forward to seeing you again at Season 2, where both groups will come together, leave the city, and find their destinies in the islands far to the south. Until next time, we wish you happy gaming and hope you have a great day. Okay, it's time for a little break. Thank you for watching. And to thank you for getting this far into the video, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We're running a Superfan Appreciation Contest. Well, actually, it's 2 contests in one. We will be doing a weekly giveaway where you can win a game token of one of the monsters, NPCs, or PCs from Shadows of Balic. In this first contest, each week we'll be giving away a different token. These tokens will be in electronic file format, both PDF and PNG, so you can use them on your home tabletop or in a virtual one. To be eligible for the weekly contest, you just need an email to receive your prize, to be a subscriber of the Slow Children at Play channel, and to comment the correct answer to this week's contest question before the premiere of next week's episode of Shadows of Balic. The winner will be chosen at random from all the correct answers on the Slow Children at Play live stream the week following the episode's premiere. Here's an example of how that'll work. If an episode premiered on, say, Wednesday the 5th of March 2025, the winner for that episode would be chosen from the correct answers posted by 11:59 and 59 seconds on the 13th the week after. The winner would then be announced on the 14th on the Friday night Slow Children at Play live stream. Then the winner will be given on-screen instructions on how to claim their prize. If the winner does not contact us by the time of the premiere of the following episode of Shadows of Balic, they forfeit their prize and it is added to the next week's contest prizes. The second contest will start at the time of the premiere of the first episode of Shadows of Balic Season 1 and last until the Slow Children at Play live stream following the last week of the first season. The prize for the Season 1 contest is this awesome chainmail dice bag. The dice bag was handmade by me using golden aluminum rings. It can hold around 40 standard-sized dice. That's just shy of 7 complete sets. The dice shown here are not included as part of the prize and are only shown for scale. Unlike the first contest, you must live in the United States of America to be eligible for the second contest. The reason for this is it is a physical item and international shipping is cost prohibitive. Aside from geographic eligibility considerations, to participate in the second season-long contest, you must be a subscriber of the Slow Children at Play channel and correctly answer the weekly questions for each week of Season 1 of Shadows of Balic prior to the end of the contest. I'm looking forward to sending out your prizes. Good luck. Oh, one last bit of legal business that I have to cover. First of all the contests and all their prizes are solely the promotion and responsibility of the operators of the Slow Children at Play channel. They are not sponsored by or associated with any entity, platform, such as but not limited to YouTube, Rumble, or Spotify, or corporation. Secondly, the rules for both of these contests can be found in the video description below. There you will also find a link to an off-site document that contains the same rules for your convenience. Alright, now that we have all the rules straight, I believe it's time to get to this week's question. Are you ready? Just remember you have to answer in the comments section below, and only correct answers count. Good luck! Alright, let's see if you were paying attention today. The contest question for this episode is, in this episode, what color fletchings does the dart that Gregoris uses to inject himself have? Okay, that wasn't so tough, was it? If you don't know the answer off the top of your head, it should be a simple matter to go find it. Remember to catch next week's Slow Children at Play live stream to find out if you won. Good luck. Oh, one last thing. To go directly to the next video, just click here. And if you'd like to go to the playlist for this season, click down here. You have a great day. Bye-bye.